And we're back. Guys, we're taking out the A team today. We're going to go back into level 5 of the dungeon. We're going to, hopefully, we find some of the Will of the Wisp treasure. That would be great. Maybe encounter some Dugar. But before we do, there are a couple things I would like to resolve real quick. Since Dirk is going to be moving up to the A team, we want him to join us on the A team. Let's find Dirk's character sheet. He's going to leave a vacuum on the B team. So what we want to do is we want to roll up a character really quickly, a level 1 that can join the B team and replace him. So let's do that really quickly. That's going to be 3d6. We're going straight down the line in the classic fashion. Here we go. This is for strength. What? A 15. Excellent, because we actually are replacing a fighter, so we need a 15. That is great news. Maybe we can have a knight finally. I love the knight class. It's really my favorite, and I've been wanting to get one this whole time. Let's see, intelligence. A high intelligence. Wow, whenever you get this, you really lean towards elf. That's a 14. Wow, look at that. The dice are on fire today. That doesn't count. Okay, this next one's for wisdom. Okay, it's starting to settle out a little bit. This is wisdom is with a 9 is a +0, so that's actually fine. Next we got dexterity. Let's get some high armor. Okay, a 10. You know, it's not low armor. That's better than negative. Here comes the hit points though. A knight or even an elf, whichever I decide to do, is going to need some hit points if he's going to be up front. That's not going to do it. That is a 7. That is what we did not want to see. That's okay. Charisma. Okay, an 11. Okay, so excellent. We've got ourselves a very, very solid character. He is lacking a little bit on the hit points. It's not terrible. But we can come up with a class. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the knight or the elf? Let me know in the comments and give him a name if you have a suggestion. I'm open to it. Okay, next up, it has been a couple of days. It's been 2 days since Dirk went with the B team and he took a little bit of damage. So during that time, Chandler did not use his 2 heal spells, and then the next day he did not use his 2 heal spells. So we're going to roll 4d6 and then add 4 because he's going to heal up Dirk so Dirk can join on the adventure. Because right now, Dirk is at 19 hit points. He gets 1 hit point a day. So 19, we're just going to hopefully, with these 4 dice, actually, minimum of 2. So maybe we'll just use that 1 day because it's going to be 2 minimum on each dice anyway. So that'll be enough to get him up to 23. Yeah, no matter what he rolls, he's got enough to get up to 23. So now he's at maximum hit points, ready to go, and then the next day happens, he's good. So, using 1-to-1 time, we have had requests for domain level play. I hear you guys. I am so excited about getting to that. In my game with my friends, in my real-world game, in-person game, my knight, my PC, finished his domain. He finished building his keep back in December. It took a little over 3 months to build it. And he's been operating in the red for the past couple of months. And then this month in February, he finally made a profit of like 70 gold. And so I do want to get through the process of like how to build the keep, like how to budget it out and how long it takes to build it based upon that cost, and then how much taxes can you recover from that, because you'll have families moving into your hex, and then you'll have like vassalage from your from like level 1s that will be questing and adventuring, and they pay their taxes, they pay their vassalage, and then also you'll get money. Potentially every hex has a chance to generate like natural resources. We will get into all of that, but it is a long way out, and I think that like I don't want to just give one of my players a keep, but what we could do, if you guys are really curious about this, is we could go into Corvus, look at him as if he were a player character, and we would go through every month like how it is that he comes up with his with the amount of gold that he gets from that. So the gold comes in, you get XP for that. It is a passive income. It's really a fun part of the game, and also you get to like use troops much more frequently at that level. But these guys are a long way off. So if you want to see that at, like from Corvus's perspective, how to build a domain so you could do it at home, message me in the comments. We'll do that. But for now, we're going into level 5. So today, Dirk is on the front line with the Terminator, Augustus's dog. Second line, we've got Augustus and Kristoff. On the second line, our spellcasters are preparing some spells. He's going to have 2 lesser healings and 1 hold person. Kristoff, on the other hand, he's got 2 sleeps and a knock spell. And then in the back, we're going to put Godfrey and Fingers McGonagall there because both of them have very high dexes and really are very likely to hit in the back. We would like to see a magic bow or a crossbow. That would be great, so we could have some like guaranteed damage, because some of these monsters at 5th level, you know, they're going to start to be immune. So hopefully we can find something like that soon. We'll see. But for now, we're going to take our torch, light it up, go into level 1, hang a hard right, go down the stairs. There was like that quick little teleport over to the other side, and then going down those stairs. It's all in all, it's less than 30 squares of tracked dungeon. Therefore, it's only going to be, we're going to round up for 1/6 of our torch. Now, we come here. This is all, again, been mapped already. We know we've got some hard dead ends. That's not great for level 5. We want to see it open up. We want to see like options, but we've closed off a lot. This was 2 different ways that turned into just 1 room. In this room, we can't heal magically. Down here, we know that when we pass by this space, the furniture screams, and then that's going to trigger a random monster check just to see if anything comes from all the screaming. But we're going to beeline right over in this direction. We're going to check these doors. So up first, we've got Pockets and the dog. They're going to do a listen check at this first locked door here. Let's see if we can hear anything on the other side. We cannot. So we don't know what's there. Now, Pockets is going to attempt to unlock this door. It is locked. That is like it's an obstacle in the way. Hopefully we don't have to use our knock spell. We will see. 10's place, 1's place. Oh, looky here. That's a natural 20 on the D100. So anytime you see this, just substitute for a 0. So we've got 20. All right, I'm pretty sure that's a success. Let's see. Open locks is 30. So we unlock the door. What we do now is we're going to take our eraser and we're going to erase the fact that this door is locked because it's no longer locked. It is an unlocked door. And we're just going to redraw the door as a normal door. Okay. And now, what's beyond the door? We didn't hear anything, so there is still a chance that we're going to be surprised. But let's go back just a little bit and roll a D20 to see what's beyond the door on page 291 of the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. 17. Okay. On the other side of the door, it is a chamber. Excellent news. I love chambers because there could be treasure. I love treasure. Okay, what room is it? 11. This gives us a rectangle 30 by 40. So it's a tight little box in here. Let's see if we can get 40. We can. Okay, if we do that, looky here. That's 40, and then we can go down by 30, and it stops just before this other door, which means this is a new space. It could be a different chamber. Now, there's not a lot of access here, but let's see what we can come up with. On an 11, we're going to use the 11 room is a 30 by 40, so we use the first chart for exits. A 16 says there's 3 ways in and out. I don't know. I mean, like maybe, hopefully they come up and down, but it's too tight to really know. So let's see. A 1 is the wall opposite. It's a dead end. So what we could do is we could just kind of like draw like a little nook here. and it's like a dead-end little nipple there on the end. We know that when we hit this wall, or if we hit this wall up here, it's over. 9 puts us at the wall left of the entrance. Again, there's not a lot of space up here, but maybe it's a little room. Let's see. It is a corridor. I don't need to disregard that natural 20. It's a corridor. I hope you guys cannot hear that alarm going off. Somebody has their little motorbike outside and it's just beeping away, really kind of throwing me off. All right, so at the very least, we're going to have like a tiny little room up here, but it's not going to be big. At the most, I mean. Next way out, 7 is the wall opposite the entrance. I'm going to have to do a little DM adjudicating here, and we're going to have to put it down here. That's just all there is to it. An 18 is going to be a corridor, though. So we're just going to open up the path right here. I don't want to close this off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it like an open archway. We can do that. I know you guys can hear that. It is beeping so loudly. It's just... Well, nothing I can do about it. This is why we do it live. Okay, and then, well, you know what? We're going to have to call it there because there's really nowhere else to go. It's just too bunched up here. But at least we have a way out down into the space. And this could be a tiny room, like a little closet or a bathroom or something. We'll see. But this room is room 5.6. That was the last room we did. 5.6. And, now we're going to roll a D100 because we want to know what's in room 5.6. Well, let's see. 75. I feel like we hit that number before. Let's see. You turn 3 pages over to page 296, and a 75 says it's a trap protecting treasure. I don't know if we did hit this before. Okay. A trap protecting treasure. So we could look at the trap here. We could look at the traps here, but I think some of these effects are just very much 5th edition, like the disintegrate or glyph of warding. I don't think any of that's in there. A symbol, thunderwave, like these traps are not, they're not really compatible with what we've got. So we're going to go to the referee's tome. Because if we get Thunderwave, it's like, well, how do I adjudicate Thunderwave? I can't because there is no equivalent. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the referee's guide. And we're going to go to example room traps. We have seen all of these before, but that's okay. We're just going to go for it, okay? So we're going to roll a d6. All right, this trap is mist. It's harmless. It looks like poison gas. But we don't know that, right? Our boys don't know that. We are going to put an X here for some harmless gas. I'm even going to write the word mist so later we can remember it's harmless. But, let's see if anybody notices it, right? Just to see if we can use it to our advantage later, because maybe the mist will give us cover to escape from a trailing monster. So we've got Augustus. We've got Fingers McGonagall. We've got Kristoff. We'll use the green for Godfrey, and our blue, of course, is for Dirk Cold Breath. I don't think the dog's going to notice traps. He's more for sniffing out the enemy. Yeah, a lot of people see it, actually. It's very obvious. We've actually encountered so many mist traps that we're not worried. Okay, but where does... Oh, but it's guarding treasure, right? Oh, maybe that's why it's obvious, because the treasure is there, and maybe whoever put it here couldn't hide it, and so they put a very obvious trap that's harmless to scare away people from even trying. But we identified what it was right away. We've seen this. It's not our first rodeo. We're just going to take the treasure because we know that trap is harmless. Let's see if we can... let's see with the find trap feature, that the treasure trap feature that Fingers has, he has a 25% chance of success. Let's see if he can somehow disable the trap so it doesn't trigger when we get the loot, and we can use that trap later to our advantage if we need to escape. Let's see. He has a 20% chance of success, but a 91, he can't. The trap triggers, blows mist all over us, clouding up the room for a little bit, but we're okay. Nothing bad happens. But there's treasure here. There's treasure. Now, with unguarded treasure, I'm not going to use like the DM call to just say there's going to be a magic item. I think there should be a little bit of risk involved. And so I will roll for a magic item. There could be one here, but I'm not just going to give my team one. But my intention is to give out more magic items, give out more than what's available in the adventure, because we want to kit up the boys. You know, we got to gear them up. So we're going to roll a d6 for silver and multiply it by 1,000. 5,000 silver. Let me just jot that detail down. I like to see it. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of coinage right there. Okay? So good thing we have a bag of holding. Next up, we've got 1d6 times 200 gold pieces. 2 times 2. So we have 400 gold pieces. Would have liked to see a bigger number there, but, you know, we do what we can. There's a 20% chance there's gems. There are gems. Yes! There's a d6 gems. There are 6 gems. We're gonna be rich. Yes! Okay, this is great news. Okay, now there's a 15% chance that there's jewelry. No, 55 says nah. But a 15% chance of a magic item. No, not with the 69. Nice. Okay, so let's roll up the gems. To do that, we do need to back up just a little bit. The gem area, it is after the treasure, but before magic items, right? Or is it after magic items? It must be after magic items. Okay, we're going to flip to the back here. Past weapons, that's too far for sure. Okay, come on now. Let's see. Treasure types. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Usually I can flip straight to it. But I am not seeing it today. Let's see. Rods, wands, staves. Swords is too far. Oh, my goodness. Gem values, page 150. Maybe I can just save time in the future and just do that. Oh, wow, look at this beautiful spread. Seeing all these gems, all this treasure. We have 6 rolls on the D20 here to see what the value of these gems are. So let's go ahead and do that now. The first gem is a 7. 50 gold. Watch, I'm going to roll all 7s and 2s and 1s. A 19, never mind, 500. That's number 2. Wow, okay, now we're cooking with the sauce. 18, yes, that's another 500. Okay, I was talking all that trash, and now look at me eating my words, but these are the words that taste so good. 5, okay, so that's 50. This is one more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's only 4. We get 6. A 6 is another 50 gold gem. And the last, 8. An 8 is another 50 gold gem. You know what? That's all right. We did hit one of the lower tiers many times, but that's okay. Let's see. Make sure I got that right. 6. Yes, that is 6. Excellent. Perfect. All right, we're closing this up. We're going to continue our adventure. We have a lot of treasure already that we're carrying, and we are happy to see it. But the adventure is not done yet, my friends. No, no, no. We are going to follow this path. You know, let's just see. What's up here? 8 on the corridor chart, the passage chart. An 8 says it is continue straight with the side passage on the left after 20 feet. It continues straight and it dead ends. Now, with this room and this hallway dead ending, we have a mark off of our torch. Oh, and you know what? Searching for the trap, trying to disarm it. That was 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes. That stuff's not free. So we need to roll. We have a random monster. We have a random monster check right now. Now, is it going to be Dugar? We don't know. You know, since we know that these guys are here, let's reserve those encounters for, I think, for this. Because there's a lot of charts here where it says, like, dominant inhabitant, allied creature. There are random still? If we look at page 296, we can see that all of the monsters are from 1 to 50. So we could just roll a D100 and divide by 2 and use that to determine if it's going to be the dominant inhabitant, a random, truly random monster, or the ally. We could do that. That's actually fine. You know what? I like it. Let's do that. Let's roll a D100. Is that going to increase the too much for the... You know what? I think we're just going to hold off on that. We're going to roll truly randomly. It's a random monster check. Let's roll truly randomly. Open up our referee's tome. Let's cross-reference over here on level 4 to 5, and let's roll on this chart. It's a truly random encounter. It could be anything here. Let's roll a D4 and a D10 to see what it is that pops up on our radar. Hopefully it's friendly. Hopefully it wants to negotiate with us. We have 1 and 4. So 1, 4. Caryatid columns. Now, from what I remember, these are stationary. These are stationary creatures. Maybe they're in the room as well. Let's see if they can move. If they cannot move, then I don't think we can use them for a random monster, right? I mean, you know what? We're going to make it work. We're going to massage it and make it work. Let's see. Caryatid. Is it C-A? Yeah, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, guys. I could be saying it wrong. Let's check their movement. They can move. They're just slow. Okay, 7 foot tall stone pillars carved in the likeness of female warriors, created by powerful spellcasters to defend an object or an area. They surprise on a 1 and 4 due to appearing like normal stone pillars. But the issue is they were moving. They weren't in the room when we got there. Come to life when preordained condition happens. Return to the form of a pillar when killed or when defensive function is fulfilled. Damage reduction. Half damage from non-magical weapons. Uh-oh. Shatter weapons. 25% chance of weapons shattering if they're hit. Chance is reduced by 5% per magical plus. I don't like that. Ooh. Okay, how many of them are there? This is a random encounter. How could there be a D12 of them slowly lumbering down the hall? This feels weird. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I guess. I mean, we could just outrun them. That's the issue, is they're so slow. Nah, I don't like it. Let's re-roll on the chart, because it's got to be something that can actually move into the room without us noticing. These things are like way too slow. Let's see, a 4 and a 3. Let's try this instead. Let's see what 4 and 3 is. Sorry, guys. That just doesn't make enough sense to me. If I'm going to place a monster, yeah, that's cool. But this is awesome if you're going to place them. But a random monster walking down the hall? No, that doesn't track. 4 and 3 gives us frost toads. Okay, now we're talking. Frost toads. Now, that sounds actually scary because we've had a lot of... You guys know, we've had a lot of problems with frogs. Okay, I'm going to check F first, maybe Toad after. Let's see. Oh. Okay, let's see. Oh, G's are forever. Okay, okay, it must be under Toad. Yeah, it must be under Toad. We'll flip to the back. S's. How far along are we? T-O, giant toad? Frost toad. Here we go. These are intelligent, giant, 8-foot-long toads with warty, frost-rimed skin. They dwell in icy climates or deep underground. Hey, we're on level 5. That is pretty deep underground. Let's see. They have a cold aura. All creatures within 10 feet suffer 3d6 damage per round? We gotta kill these things quick. They bite for 3d4 damage, so they hit hard. They move a little faster than us, so getting away is not going to be easy. Let's see. Okay, so this is great. We have our monsters, right? We are gathering up our treasure. Let's see if we get surprised as they randomly come into the room. So we're going to roll for us and for them. If we get a 1 or a 2 on this dice, we're surprised. If the frost toads get a 1 or a 2, they are surprised. Let's make sure that they surprise normally. They do. The cold aura is really bad. Like, that's super bad for us. We are surprised. Now, how far away are they? They are 70 feet away. So on their first turn, they can go 90 feet before combat. Well, no, this is in combat, so it'll be 30 feet. Okay, how far away is their aura? 10 feet? Oh man, we're surprised they're not. They can advance on us. And they do. I don't see any ranged attacks. It seems like they still need to be in melee to use their tongues on us. All right. So we see them coming. We get shocked. They advance on us. Then, or maybe we hear them coming, something like that. But they are coming in. They're swooping in. Now, how are they aggressive? Let's see. 9. Okay, 9 tells us that they're not going to attack, they're going to leave, or they're going to offer us something. I think they might just pass us by. We did all that reading just to find out that we're actually in a decent enough position. Now, who are they going to see up front, though? Who are they going to see up front? I think the person that they're going to see... Well, let's see. We have a +1 here. We have a +1 here. We have a +1 here. +0. And then a -1 here. I think all those pluses are going to give us enough of an advantage to maybe, like, spook these things away. Let's see. They are intelligent. So maybe they see us and they're like, no... let's see, how many of them are there? There's only one of them. Okay, yeah, he is going to flee. Oh, for sure. Yeah. A D4 inside the dungeon. There's only one. Yeah, he's going to run. I think that we navigated that situation. We didn't die. We encountered them. We spooked them away. Maybe that's 300 XP. I don't know. Maybe it tries to leave and we don't let it, though. I think that, like, it could get the drop on us later, and we don't want to let it get close since it's running away. No, he's 70 feet away, and he uses his movement to get another 100. We're going to lose him in the dungeon. That's what happens. So we're not going to get XP for that. There was no threat. He saw us, and he ran. Okay. That, sometimes it gets a little clunky like that, but you got to work your way through it. You got to figure out what would happen if you're not choosing. The dice says he doesn't attack. He's going to flee. He's only 1. Okay. We're going to continue down this path. Where does it lead? We're going to turn over here. We're going to roll up this passage and see. Where do we go? 18. Well, okay, yeah, so it immediately leads into that room, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a chamber. So... what we've got here is we've got this locked door. We've got this open room. How big is the room? It's a 3. The only 30 by 30. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 comes here. 1, 2, 3. The hallway leads perfectly into this space, just like that. Okay, how many ways in and out? 20? It says there's 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's always the high number for the room chamber on a tiny little room. Have you noticed? There is a door. Oh, sorry, it's located on the opposite wall, opposite of the entrance. So opposite here, and it is a door, yes. And what about the door? 14 says that it is a stuck door. So right here, we're going to have ourselves a little door that is stuck. We got 4 in total. 18, it is on the same wall as the entrance. Well, we know this is one of them, right? So on the same wall as the entrance, but we've already calculated that it can't be. So we're going to just negate that one and move that one here. That's 2. Because this locked door is one of those doors. 14 on the wall to the right of the entrance. So another one here is, if it's a passage, we can just connect this little loop around right here. 13, it is a passage. It is a corridor. So we're going to just go ahead and once we draw the connection here, we can see that this path and this path connect here. All right, and then there's going to be one more way out, natural 20. It's on the same wall as the entrance. We know for sure it can't be. So, yeah, that's just going to be it. This is just too much clustered up in one spot. So, all right, well, you know, it is what it is. Room 5.7. We don't even need to check this locked door. We know already. It just goes around in a loop. Okay, so we roll our D100. I think, let's see, I think we can do maybe 1 or 2 more rooms, and then we're going to call it, just because we had to figure out what was going on there. We got some treasure, but I want to see what's in this room. 85, okay. Well, we know it's not a monster, because those are in the lower 50s. 85 tells us that it is just an empty room. Okay. Where do we want to go next? Let's listen through this door. Let's take a purple and a red, one for the dog. One for the dog and one for our thief. Both of them are aware of what's on the other side of this door. What is on the other side of the door? 11 tells us that it is on the other side of the door, and 11 is a chamber. Oh, and we know what's in the chamber. How big is the chamber? It's a small one. It's a 30 by 30. Might just mirror this. Let's see. Let's go here and here. This is a 30 by 30 room. 19. See, when it's a small room, it's always a high number on the chart. Okay, so that's 4 exits. I don't see how it's possible. The first one is on the wall opposite of the entrance. It is a corridor. We can just open this up right here. Number 2. 10, it is left of the entrance, so that would be a dead end. So we'll just cancel that one. Next up, we've got wall the right of the entrance. That's over here. 11, it's a corridor. You know what? I see it. Do you? We've got a connection. Then the last one, 14, it is on the wall to the right of the entrance. It's over here. And it's a door. Hey, look at that. We have a tiny little space here for some kind of exploration. What about the door do we need to know? It's a free open door. Now, in room 5.8, let's see. Clear out this room. We clear out this room. That is another random monster check. Oh, and we had to listen at the door. No random monster. But what is in the room? We can roll a D100 to find out. 89. I think that's going to be another empty room, right? We just hit that. Or very close to it. Oh, no, it bumps into the next one because it says empty room with a dungeon hazard. See random dungeon hazards. Okay. So the room doesn't have anything special, except we're going to roll a d20. We're going to look at the dungeon hazards chart on 296. 18 gives us yellow mold. Okay, so yellow mold is on page 128. I was looking up these hazards and trying to mark the page ahead of time. And I remember it was under Y. When I marked it. Let's see. Yellow mold. Okay, here we go. Yellow mold on page 128 of the referee's guide is a deadly fungus that covers the walls, ceilings, and other surfaces. It doesn't roll to hit, but it does do spore damage and choking. And I think it's if it's touched. So it says it covers a 10-foot square. Covered in yellow mold is treated as one individual. Okay. Unharmed by all attacks but fire. Fire is the only thing that hurts this stuff. Spore cloud. 50% chance of attacking if touched. It doesn't have any treasure, but it does give a little bit of XP. Erosion. Wood or leather in contact with the mold will be eaten away. Okay. So we have to save versus death if we touch the stuff. Now, the question is would we touch it? Because it only does this effect to us if we start interacting with it, right? Let me make sure that's right. Immunity, unharmed by all attacks but fire. 50% chance of attacking if it's touched or damaged. Releases a cloud of spores affecting all within a 10-foot cube. So how many of them? There's a D4 of these like clusters in this room. There's 4. Okay, so we'll say all 4 of the walls have it on there. Now, what we need to know is, we can surprise it because we know it's in there. Yeah, that's right. We know that we maybe the dog smells it and like starts to paw, right? So when we open the door, we're ready for combat. So we're gonna get the drop on this thing. There's a chance it could be surprised. Let's see. Can yellow mold be surprised? Yeah, it's a beast. It is alive. It just doesn't attack. So it can be surprised. It's not. So I think it's kind of like just a vegetable kind of state. It's just kind of like existing. Now, it's not surprised. We're not surprised. It doesn't do anything to us unless if we touch it, right? So I think we need to know, does my team understand what this stuff is? Because if we don't understand, maybe we see the yellow and it's glinting in the firelight from our torches, and we think maybe it's gold, like golden ore set in the walls, right? But if our guys are smart, like one of our characters, hey, Kristoff is very smart actually, maybe we know what it is ahead of time. So we're going to use a feature that we don't often use in this game. We're going to do a skill check. So a skill check says we roll a d20. It's in the book. Like I just don't really use it very much, but it is in the book. You roll a d20 and you want to roll equal to or less than your skill. Okay. So let's double check that. I don't know what book that's in. I'm pretty sure it's equal to or less than, but it might say less than. We're gonna say equal to for now. He's got an 18, so there's a very good chance he knows what this is. Let's see. 2, he absolutely knows what this is. He's not messing around. He's like, dude, don't touch any of that stuff. I'm going to cast Fireball in this room. He's going to use up one of the charges of his deal, cast Fireball, destroy all 4. We go down to 10. The blast wave, we just move into a safe place out of the hall. The blast wave scorches these creatures. They all have 9 hit points. So we just need to make sure that we do more than 9 damage on our fireball spell, which I think is pretty easy to do. So we scorch them, they all burn up, we get 100 XP. You know, it's nothing to write home about, but you know, it's XP. Let's do one more room. We have cleared out the mold. Let's open up this door, and we're gonna say that it is a room because it's too small to have a chamber in there. Let's just go for it, right? Let's just roll up like a little nook here. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna just say it's a room. And it's going to be, we're going to fill up that whole space. It's going to be 20 by 40. So I'm going to draw in the pencil here. It's 20 by 40. So it just kind of like cuts off right here. And this will do hatching so we can see that there's nothing there. Okay, little hatching there. So there's nothing to see here. But we've got a 20 by 40. This is room 5.9. There are no ways in and out of this room. There's just going to be something in here. Hopefully it's not a very lethal dragon just hiding in the water closet there. But okay, let's see. We're going to roll a D100, and then we're going to wrap up the session after this room. Let's see what's inside. 79. 79 tells us it's a trick. It's a tricky room. Let's go over here to the trick effects. Hope you guys can see that. It is, so there's an object that will trigger the trick, and then there is an effect. So let's roll a D20 and a D100. We'll just look at the results together. Right, so 15, there is a sphere of magical energy that an 86 says will cast suggestion on the characters. There is a suggestion spell. I'm pretty sure suggestion is a spell. Oh, it would be in the player's book. And I'm pretty sure it's a magic user spell. Let's see. Let's go to magic way in the back of the player's book. And let's see if suggestion is a spell. That's not going to be on the cleric list. Maybe on the illusionist. Let's see. Suggestion. Oh yeah, suggestion. It's a 3rd level spell on the illusionist table. So let's go ahead and flip over to the illusionist. These are the 1st level spells. Then we've got the 2nd level, and here is the 3rd. So oh, look at that. I love that art. He looks so scared. Suggestion says it lasts for 4 turns plus 4 per level. We're going to say it's the 5th level of the dungeon, so this suggestion is going to last for a long time. The caster utters a suggestion to influence behavior. Warning, the suggestion must take the form of a short phrase, 1 or 2 sentences, suggesting course of comprehension. Okay, it has to be understood. Harmful suggestions are obviously harmful to the subject, cause it to fail automatically. Saving throw. A saving versus spell is allowed to resist the suggestion. If the save fails, the subject will follow the caster's suggestion up to the duration. Reasonable suggestions. A suggestion that is worded in such a way to make it sound very reasonable incurs a -2 to the saving throw. Oh, you know what? We're going to say that everybody just fails, and whoever put this magic in here says, "Flee, mortals. Run. Leave this dungeon behind." And they do. So they are suggested to leave because it can't be a harmful effect. I think whoever put their treasure here is like saying, "Get out." Oh, you know what, though? Why would they put a spell here in this room? Magic items. Treasure. We do need to save because there's a chance there's a hoard here. And if we don't save, then we don't get treasure. If we do save, we will. So we're going to put it all on the line. Kristoff, can you save versus spells? He saves. We're going to get treasure. Godfrey does not. He is going to just leave. Fingers. Saves. Just saves. He just saves. Sorry, I moved it over a little bit. I hope you guys can still see it. He just saves. Let's slide that up. Dirk, cold breath. Fails. He runs. And Augustus runs. Okay, but we have 2 guys that stop. They stay behind. They gather up whatever loot we find, and it is going to be quite a bit, I think, because we roll on the level 5 of the treasure chart that is located... wrong book. On our little orange tab here. There's going to be quite a bit of treasure. First, we roll a d6 to see how many thousands of silver we find. 6,000 silver. So much. Maybe somebody who was carrying... I never said who was carrying the bag of holding. Probably the guy who's invisible, which would be Fingers McGonagall. 6,000 silver pieces. We multiplied this by 200. Okay, so 800 gold. We are going to be stacked today, ladies and gentlemen. We have gems at a 10% chance. Sorry, that's a 20% chance for gems. No, not today, but maybe there's some jewelry with a 10% chance. No, not today. And we are going to say there is a magic item. Sometimes the DM's got to step up just a little bit and take control of the situation. We're going to flip back past our random monster encounters to the treasure area here. So this is NPC encounters, but right after it, you'll see the treasure. Now, with treasure and magic items, there is a specific table you roll on to see what it is that comes up. It's this one right here. We're in level 5, which is the expert level. So anything past level 3 is going to be rolled on this chart. So we're going to roll a D100 and see what we can find. 97. It's a weapon. Okay. We really need magic items. But oh, maybe it's going to be a ranged weapon. That would be great. Let's see. We're going to flip all the way to the back of the book. Past swords, just past swords, to the weapons chart. Rolling a D100. There are ranged like crossbows here. I even remember seeing a bow. Yeah, there is a bow. Bow +1. 79. 79 gives us a staff +1 of growing. All right, let's see. I've been using a lot of my magic items. Staff +1 growing. Now, what is that? Staff of growing. A sturdy wooden staff banded with iron at the tip. The staff has the power to grow and shrink on command. The staff can be any length between 6 and 12. The wielder can attack foes up to the staff's length at distance. Oh, that's neat. This has got to go to Ruby May. A second line melee attack from 12 feet away. Yeah, she can just boop somebody over the top of the heads of the first frontline guys. That's great. We're going to use that for sure. +1. All right, I'm going to calculate up all this treasure. We've got 500, 400, that's 900. We got plus another 50 is 1,400, 1,900, 2,400, 2,005, 2,050, 3,001, 3,900. I think I'll go over it again whenever like I'm slowing down a little bit, but 3,900 is a pretty good haul for the day. All of my guys are at the point where they need thousands to level up, so it's not going to level anybody up probably, but I'll do the math later. I'll let you guys know. Hey, I hope you guys had fun. That was a nice little delve. I want to stop and say thank you guys, because you have been so nice and supportive in the comment section. I really appreciate that. It's been really great to build this community together, guys. Lots of excellent suggestions. Thank you to you guys for doing this, because like I'm gonna play and have fun, but you guys are watching it and like adding to the world, helping me fix little errors here and there, like all that stuff. It really means a lot to me. So thank you again. We will be back soon with a new kind of video. I am going to be going through each class in old school, in the advanced edition, and also in the carcass crawlers, the zines, where there are several other classes to go through. We're going to start with the core book, and then we'll move into other classes. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be writing some scripts up and, taking my time, making it like a little bit more informative. And so be patient. I'm working on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.